SI, Sports Illustrated, I work for their website. Their national team predict the Niners to win 8 games this year. They're not fans. They're not biased. They're just sort of looking from afar. 8 games, and then Bleacher Report, 9 games. I would imagine that age and injury is going into this projection.
Yeah.
I don't think many people would think the Niners would go 8, be 8-9 with a fully healthy team, but they haven't really had that recently. Is this too harsh? What do you think?
Well, I'm a Niners homer, so I'm going to say yeah, of course. But I don't.
How many wins you haven't win game? What? How many wins?
13. I'm joking. Probably probably no. Actually, being honest, 12 or 11. I'd say that. I don't think they're going to be like. Does SI and BR? Do they say in this like if they're going to be injured or not? Like, do they go through injuries that they think that are going to happen?
Mo Moten of BR says. George Kittle recovering from a torn Achilles, entering his age 32 season. Actually,
so they don't know that we have Jake Tonjes. They don't know that we have Jake Tonjes.
At 32 last year, Mike Evans missed 9 games due to injuries. Late in the previous campaign, Trent Williams strained his hamstring, which cost him time. Christian McCaffrey bounced back from injury riddle 2024, but has a lot of wear and tear in his body, entering a 10th year in the pros. You can also toss in Purdy's injury history as a legitimate concern. As a smaller than average quarterback, he's been banged up. The 6'1", 220-pound signal caller missed 8 games last year. Yeah, dude. And then he says, in recent years, Niners have seemed to be a few injuries away from disaster. They're healthy enough to get the benefit of the doubt right now, yet we should factor in the shaky availability of older veterans on the roster when projecting the team's win-loss record on a travel meter of over 38,000 miles. We're going to hear that fucking number so many goddamn times this year. 38,000.
But hear me out. Hear me out. From that article, sounds like they're focused on the past, and I'm looking towards 18-0, baby. No,
yes,
we're not. I think the floor is that 9-8 that you were just talking about. I think that's the floor. It's a 9-win season. I think a ceiling for the Niners is 12. I think they're going to be somewhere in the middle. I'm going 10 or 11 wins. I think they squeak into the playoffs.
I do think
go ahead.
I think the BR thing, I do think they're just looking at the past. I think if somehow this team's healthier than they were last year, I think they'll be in a good spot. I think, hopefully.
I mean, I feel like if you have 2 starting quarterbacks, and I think I'm higher on Mac Jones than most people. So if you have 2 legit starting quarterbacks, it seems like it's hard to have a season like the Bengals had last year where you just fall apart. But it does seem like the Niners are very dependent on Christian McCaffrey. And if he has one of these years where he's like where he gets hurt a lot because he played so much last year, got so many touches last year, I wonder what happens to Brock. We saw what happened to Brock in 2024 without Christian. It wasn't great. And I wouldn't expect Mac Jones to light it up without Christian McCaffrey either. I think he's as important to the quarterback success as Kyle, if not more.
Yeah. McCaffrey's incredibly important, but you also saw Mac light it up with Kendrick Bourne, which was awesome to watch because I'm such a KB fan. But also, that Bengals defense was just so bad that I don't think the Niners could ever be there. Like in a scenario this season, even with injuries, like their defense is just going to be better. Like, so that's where I would say with that. But it could be a season where we fall apart with injuries as well. And I think Tyler's preying on that.
Here are my prize picks for the 49ers 2026 season. Brock Purdy, 25.5 passing touchdowns, more or less. I'm going to say less. Christian McCaffrey, 974.5 rushing yards, more or less. I'm going to say less. Mike Evans, 924.5 receiving yards, more or less. That's a tough one. I'm going with less. Go to Prize Picks, use promo code HMA, play $5 and get 50 instantly in lineups. Again, that's code HMA. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
What do you guys like? If the Niners actually are as injured as they were last year, what do you think like happens if they're injured, like, or even worse than they were last year?
People are going to ring up the substation. People are going to, John
Lynch.
That's
something like, do you think the substation would have to like? You think that's
or the 38,000 miles is for sure getting
38,000 miles. Yeah,
but this is I actually agree with Tyler on this. Like, this is the season where you either win a Super Bowl or I want you to come out and act like you don't know how to play football, because that draft is so electric next year. Either win a Super Bowl or actually, I don't care. I don't want you making the playoffs. I want you to have the best pick in that draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This next draft is supposed to be insane. So,
dude, there's some comments that I read that just actually, like, there's a couple, like, or like one, a week where we stream together, Grant, that just actually makes me cackle. And there was one that I could not hold back a laugh.
yeah,
That was the funniest comment I've read. Yeah, Huge Rod. Huge Rod said, if Maj grew out his hair, I'd take a shot at her. It just had me cackling.
Like,
holy.
Like,